In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to build off your credit report from scratch and be able to access over $100,000 in funding. So what's going on, guys? It's your boy All Boo. I'm back with another video. It's the hardest financial literacy channel out there, hardest YouTube channel out there. If it's your first time to the channel, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe and tap the bell notifications below to get updated on all the latest videos that we're dropping. Now, there's so many different influencers and gurus on the internet teaching about credit. A lot of times people overcomplicate credit and they think it's a lot harder than it really is. At the end of the day, credit is really simple, right? All you have to do is be able to add as many positive accounts as possible. All you have to do to be able to get a really high credit score is to be able to have as many positive accounts reporting on your credit report. Also have no or very few negative accounts reporting. If you guys can be able to do that, your credit score is going to increase. And as you guys keep making on-time payments and also increase your age for your credit history, the more the algorithm actually picks up on this and actually increases your credit score. So having credit is really not that hard. However, making sure you guys maintain the credit. So what I like to actually say is that nobody really has a credit problem. Everybody really has a money problem, right? If you guys have the money flowing in and coming in, you guys will most likely never have a credit problem. Now, making sure that you guys have your credit intact is super important. And so a lot of people often get discouraged, especially when they're newly starting off their credit journey or possibly even just repair their credit, right? Let me tell you this, guys, having no credit is actually better than having bad credit. Now, the reason I say this is because when you have no credit, you can actually build out your credit report exactly how you want to. So that's exactly what I want to do in this video, is show you guys the mindset and also the tactics that I've actually used to be able to build out a full, strong credit report that can get you guys approved to over $100,000 in funding. Now, the reason I don't say the score is because the score doesn't really matter. I don't want you guys to focus on the score. You can have a 750 credit score and barely get approved for a $2,000 credit card. That's not what we want on this channel. We want to be able to get you guys $5,000, $10,000, and even $20,000 credit cards. We have to show that we've been able to handle those types of accounts. So we have to show lenders that we've actually maintained and also managed higher limit accounts. The higher limits of the accounts you've been able to manage, the higher the limits they'll go ahead and approve you guys. How banks usually work is that they go off of a system of comparable credit. Now, what I mean by that is that if you guys say, for example, have a $5,000 credit card from Chase, they're going to use the same underlying guidelines that Navy Federal would use to be able to approve you for a limit. So if you guys have gone $5,000 with Chase, Navy Federal often give you guys a $5,000 or even higher credit limit to start off. They've been able to see that you guys have managed that $5,000 credit card beforehand really well. So the accounts that I actually want to show you guys are actually accounts that can be able to stand the testament of time. Now, quick disclaimer, right? The thing with credit is that you want to add as many positive accounts as you can. However, make sure that you guys, whenever you're adding these accounts, so to only add as many accounts that you guys can afford, because the last thing that I want you guys to do is to go ahead and get a bunch of credit builder accounts and you happen to miss a payment because you cannot keep up with all of the credit builder accounts. So making sure that you guys understand where you're at financially and what you can afford is really important before you guys go ahead and start building credit. Now, I know it sounds very, very sexy when people are like, hey, I can get you $100,000 of credit, or I can get you $200,000 of credit. The thing is though, if you guys try to rush the process and apply for a lot of BS credit cards, then you're gonna just get stuck with that $500 or even $1,000 limit. Now, that's the last thing I actually want from you guys, because to be able to go from $1,000 all the way to $10,000 is gonna actually take a lot more time than if you would have just been patient and actually build out your credit report strong enough to be able to get approved off the bat for a $5,000 or even $7,000 credit card. So I'm gonna hop on my computer. I'm gonna show you guys some accounts that I've actually used with my clients and they actually really do work as far as being able to boost your overall credit score and also build off your credit report. So remember, if you guys have no credit, that's perfect, because you guys are literally building it out exactly how you want it. It's almost like a diamond in the rough. So now I'm actually gonna hop on my computer and show you guys these accounts. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, guys? So I'm about to show you guys how to be able to really boost your credit score really quickly. And so the way we do this, right, is by being able to have as many positive accounts as possible. So the more the merrier. And so I like to be able to have multiple different types of accounts, right? I like to be able to have installment accounts and also like to have revolving accounts. Now, if you guys are trying to get those higher limits, most of the times you guys aren't going to get approved for a high limit credit card right off the bat. And so a lot of times too, they're not going to give you guys a loan to start off. So we usually go ahead and go for the installment loans. It really helps you guys build out your credit report. So as you guys can see right here, there's going to be rent reporters. So it's going to actually report to your rental history, right? So if you live with a parent, you have anybody that has a home, or you ever rented out from any type of apartments, I would definitely recommend to be able to get onto rent reporters. Now I have a couple, but rent reporters right now. So as you guys can see right now, rent reporters is actually going to be reporting to Experian. So it's actually going to be reporting to Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. So with Rental Karma and rent reporters and also Rental Track, right, they'll actually report up to 2 years of positive payment history. So they'll backdate it up to 2 years. So that's going to give you guys 24 months of positive payment history just to start off the bat. So if you guys have been renting since 2024, right, then basically they'll go all the way back to 2022 and give you guys all those positive payment history. So that's going to be really, really important, because the more positive payment history that you guys have, the better it is, right? So as you guys can see, it's Equifax, TransUnion. So with rent reporters, all you guys have to do is sign up for $94.95, and then basically after that, it's going to be about $10 a month. So it's super cheap, right? And that $10 a month is just simply for them to keep reporting. As you guys can see right here, if you guys need to be able to split it up, you guys can be able to split it up into 3 payments of around $30. So super cheap, no excuses. It's going to significantly boost your credit report. As you guys can see right here, it has a free credit score. I mean, you don't really need that, but it does also give you guys 24 months of rent history. And then also it's going to be monthly reporting and all the other things that you guys, so if you have anybody such as a spouse, roommate, anybody like that, you guys can be able to also add them on there. And so it's going to also report to their payment history as well. And so it's going to really help out you guys boost your score. And so definitely check out rent reporters. They report to all 3 and Experian in 13 days. So I'm sure by the time you guys are watching this video, it's going to already be reporting to all 3 credit bureaus. Significant boost, man. Definitely get that one for sure. Now, after that, we're going to go to is Rental Karma, man. It's like definitely going to be the OG of rental reporters. Now, you might ask yourself, okay, I already added rent reporters. Why would I also add Rental Karma? So the reason I like to add all 3 of them, or even 4 if you guys like, is just because the more accounts you guys currently have reporting on your report, the higher your credit score is going to be, right? And the better it is, because the more data that the FICO algorithm actually has, the higher your credit score is going to be and the stronger your credit score is going to be. So say for example, we have 2 different people that are applying for the same loan, right? So if we have Bill and let's say Tom, so let's say Bill has around 2 positive accounts on his credit report, pretty much it, right? So and then we have Tom. So Tom actually has around 5 positive accounts. So who do you think the lender is going to be able to trust more with that loan? Because Tom's actually going to win this, right? Because he's going to be a more qualified borrower because of the fact that he actually has more accounts than Bill. Because of the fact that he has 5 while Bill has 2 accounts, right? It's going to show the lender that Tom's a lot more responsible and he has also been able to handle more types of accounts. So it just gives the lender more options and also more data to be able to go off of to see which one we get approved for that loan. That's exactly how I want you guys to think of credit reporting, right? So what I don't want you guys to do is overcomplicate the process, right? Don't overcomplicate the process. Make it simple. The more accounts you guys have that are positive, the better your credit score is going to be. And so after that, we have BoomPay, right? So BoomPay is actually going to report to all 3. Now, BoomPay doesn't really do any type of backdating unless you have a lease. So if you guys have a lease, what I would do is just upload the lease. And then after you guys go ahead and upload the lease, then they'll be able to go ahead and backdate it all the way up. So a quick hack that I actually like to use, for example, if you guys have been renting for about 10 years. So rent reporters, Rental Karma, and Rent Track, they'll backdate up to 24 months. Now, if you've been renting for more than 2 years, is what I'll actually do is put that open date and backdate it to the actual date that you have initially started renting out from. So what this will do, it won't give you the positive payment history. So actually open up the account at a later date. So this will significantly increase your credit age. So this will significantly increase your credit age. So that's a great hack, especially if you're starting off your credit journey and you've rented before, then go ahead and actually put that open date and start it from the initial date that you moved in. And so this will significantly increase your credit age. That's going to be super important whenever you guys are applying for loans and also credit cards. And then last but not least, we have Rent Track, right? So with Rental Karma, right, to be able to get started, it's around $75 initiation fee. And then after that, all you guys are going to pay is around $8.95 per month. So what they'll do every single month with all these different rental accounts, except for BoomPay, is that they're going to just charge you guys a simple flat fee every single month. Now with Rental Karma, they're actually going to charge you guys around $9 a month. And what they'll do to confirm you guys are still living there is reach out to your landlord. Your landlord can either call or just send them over a text to confirm that you guys are still currently renting at that property. And last but not least, we have Rent Track. So Rent Track actually reports to all 3. Now Rental Karma only reports to Equifax and TransUnion. So Rent Track's a good one to also add on there because it's going to be reporting to Experian as well. So it's a great one to be able to double up and also make sure you guys are getting as many accounts as possible. Now I know you guys are asking yourself, oh man, like I'm paying what, $100 here, $100 there. Listen, if you guys want to be able to get a big bag, then definitely add in these accounts. Who cares if it's $100 $100 or $200. The more accounts you guys add, the higher the limits you guys are going to be able to get later on when you guys go for credit funding. So with RentTrack, they do report up to 24 months of positive payment history, and so this really helps you guys be able to increase your overall age. And with that being said, right, say for example, if you guys are renting out for $900 a month, go ahead and just put the full rental amount, because that's going to help you guys also get higher limits later on. The higher your rent is, the bigger the payment is. So whenever you guys go apply for a mortgage or even an auto loan, they're going to be able to see that you guys have made higher monthly payments. So if you guys, for example, go ahead and try to get a car, if you guys try to get a Mercedes, say it costs around $50,000, monthly payment with a 6% interest rate should be around like what, $900 to $1,000. So if they've seen that you've been able to consistently pay your rent on time for $1,500 each and every single month, they're going to be a lot more lenient in being able to get you guys that loan, compared to if you guys are trying to get a car and you guys have only rented out for $500 a month. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. Now, after that, man, what we're going to do, we're not going to stop there. We're going to try to really boost your credit score up a lot. So what we're going to do is get some Navy Federal Pledge loan. Navy Federal Pledge loans, man, these are my favorite loans, man. If you know anybody about credit, I've had mentors, like even myself, had 850 credit scores. I've had mentors that really broke this down that had 850 credit scores, and all they would do literally is go ahead and get Navy Federal Pledge loans. And so they'll get $50,000, $100,000 Navy Federal Pledge loans, because to the bank, if you guys can be able to get a pledge loan and pay it off quickly, which I'm going to show you here, then it looks really sexy on your credit report, especially if you guys get a $10,000 or even a $5,000 or even a $5,000 pledge loan and you guys pay it off within 6 months. It's a lenders that's going to look really good on your credit report. Of course, to be able to be a part of Navy Federal, you guys are going to need to be able to be affiliated with a membership. You guys are going to need to be affiliated with the military or have somebody that has a Navy Federal membership, and they can give you guys your access code. So if you guys need more details and more in-depth view of that, definitely go ahead and check out some of my Navy Federal videos, and I really break it down as far as everything that you guys need to know about the Navy Federal pledge loans and also how to become a Navy Federal member. So with the pledge loan, the reason I like these pledge loans a lot is because they actually give you guys the money right back into your savings account. So if you guys actually go ahead and put up $5,000, what they'll do is wrap that up into a secured loan. And so basically what a pledge loan is, all it is a secured loan. So all a pledge loan is really just a secured loan. They call it a pledge loan because that's their version of a secured loan. And so if you guys put that $5,000, they're going to wrap that up into a loan. The next following day, they're going to actually put that money back into your savings account. So you're not going to be at a deficit. A lot of times when you guys do get secured loans, the bank will often hold it and actually make more money off of the loan. And then whenever you guys pay it off in full, they're going to release that loan back into your checking account. So Navy Federal, they don't do that. So that's exactly why I like it. So the play that we're going to run with the pledge loan, we're actually going to pay off 90% of the loan within the first 48 hours and then drag out the rest of the loan within 6 months. And don't put it on auto payment. Just make your simple monthly payments on time each and every single month. Now, the reason that we drag it out is because it's going to actually increase our positive payment history. And remember, positive payment history does start at around 6 months. So that's why you want to keep that loan for that long. Now, the last thing we're going to do, man, is we're going to go to First Tech. So after we go ahead and actually make sure that these report, we're going to go to First Tech, and then First Tech's going to be a really great credit union because they're going to really give out a big bag, right? So they have credit cards that give out a huge limit. Now, First Tech Federal Credit Union, they're very inquiry sensitive, and they're also very advantageous for people just starting off their credit journey. So they actually like to approve people that have newly started off their credit journey or don't have a lot of credit cards. So definitely go ahead and try to sign up with them before you guys go ahead and sign up with any other banks. So again, the Choice Rewards card, it's a really great credit card. It does go all the way up to $35,000. So it's a really great credit card to have in your back pocket. And so as you guys can see, they have the Choice Rewards. Now, if you guys are a big ballin', then you guys can be able to get the Odyssey Rewards, but right here, the Choice Rewards MasterCard, it's really good. It has a pretty good flexibility, and you guys will be able to get some good rewards as well. And so, yep, that's the Choice Rewards card. Now, I'll go into the Odyssey Rewards later on in a different video, but the Choice Rewards, you guys can see, has around 2x reward points on everyday purchases, so it's a great everyday card that you guys can be able to use. Of course, you guys get 1 reward point on all other accounts, but for the most part, just make sure you guys are using this primarily for gas, groceries, and household goods. because that's how you guys are going to be able to run up the most reward points. All right, let's keep this thing going, man. You feel me? So, all right, so then we got Credit Strong. Again, man, I'm adding as many possible accounts as I possibly can. I was able to actually boost my credit score like 200 points in like 3 weeks. The reason I was able to do that is just by adding as many positive accounts, also removing negative items, and just cleaning up my personal information. So that's really all you guys need to know is to be able to get higher credit scores. So with Credit Strong, I like them a lot because they have both personal and also business. So if you guys are on the personal side, what they have, it's a secured loan, right? So it's a secured loan, and you guys only have to pay monthly each and every single month, around like $30 a month, or however. It starts off at $30 a month, but it goes up a little bit more if you guys want to get higher limits. So the minimum one that they have is going to be a Magnum secured loan, and so this one again goes from 2,000 all the way to 30,000, right? And so it really helps out a lot to be able to get the higher the loan amount. So if you guys can be able to get a higher loan amount, it's going to really help out. And then each and every single month, all you're going to do is just pay a simple installment fee. What the installment loan actually does is reduce the amount of the loan. So it's just like an auto loan, but whenever you guys finish up paying it off, then they're going to actually send you guys over a check or even deposit into your bank the full amount of all the money that you ended up paying. So I really like them a lot, right? They also have options for revolving and also installment. So it's going to really be able to help you guys build up as much credit history as possible. So large amount of credit with low monthly payments, right? It's just basically designed to build larger credit amounts. So if you guys are newly starting off your credit journey or don't have as much credit and you want to get, say, an auto loan, what I'll actually do is start adding all these accounts, right? And then whenever you add Credit Strong, it's going to basically show as a revolving account. So if you get the $30,000 option, then what's going to report is a $30,000 loan. So you can see how that's going to be tremendous in helping your credit score. And each and every single month, the credit score is going to increase because you're going to add more positive payment history. So Credit Strong is definitely the go-to, man. I like them a lot. Now, you guys can be able to, if you have the funds, and real quick disclaimer, if you guys cannot afford all of these and being able to keep up with the monthly payments each and every single month, then just get as many that you guys can afford, right? I don't want you guys to go ahead and get 5 or 6 or 7 different accounts and you guys can't necessarily pay for all of them each and every single month. That's just going to hurt your credit score. It's going to be really hard to get a late payment off of your credit report, and a late payment is the easiest way as you guys are going to ruin your credit score. So make sure you guys are doing this in a timely manner. Make sure you guys have the funds in the budgeting needed to. Again, it's going to take a little bit of an investment capital, like a small investment in capital, to be able to build this up, but I'm really trying to show you guys accounts that won't fall off and they will stand the testament of time. So again, just make sure you guys know what you're doing and add as many possible accounts as you guys can afford. So then when you guys go ahead and apply for funding, you guys can be able to get a bigger bag. So I don't recommend getting a lot of revolving accounts because a lot of times if you guys are getting revolving accounts, these lenders know what's up, right? So they're not going to really be able to give you guys a $5,000 limit right off the bat, especially if you guys have just only have like credit builder accounts or revolving accounts. If you guys only have credit builder accounts for revolving. So I'd highly recommend you guys be able to get the secured loans first, then go ahead and apply for a credit card, and you'll be able to get a higher limit than initially what you guys started off with. So instead of getting, say, a $300 Capital One card, you'll be able to get at least a $1,500 or $2,000 Discover card. So this is going to be able to be tremendous because then you guys can be able to use that credit card, build it up properly, and then be able to ask for credit line increases. So once you guys get a couple of increases, go ahead and apply for some more credit cards because now they've seen you been able to handle a higher than $1,000 limit on your credit cards, then they'll be able to give you guys a lot higher limits going forward later on. So if you guys start off with the $300, it's going to be super hard to be able to get that $300 all the way to $3,000 because you're going to need a lot of credit line increases. So banks are always going to lend you guys second money. They're never going to lend you first money. Now, what I mean by that is that, so how banks usually determine approval limits is by comparable credit. So if you had a $5,000 credit card already approved for, then they'll most likely give you guys a $5,000 or higher credit card to go ahead and start off with. It's going to be super advantageous for you guys to get more loans than also revolving credit builder accounts. That's exactly what I'd recommend. So then we have Self, right? So how Self works is that you guys are going to be able to actually get approved for $1,000, $1,500, whatever it may be, right? They'll actually go ahead and actually approve you guys for that. You'll pay it off monthly, just like Credit Strong. And then when you guys are done finished paying it off, they'll go ahead and send you guys over a check or deposit it to your bank. And so it's a really good one that you guys can be able to start building out credit, especially if you guys don't have a lot of credit or even if you have bad credit. These are literally no risk
secured loans, and all they're doing is basically taking a small upfront capital to be able to fully report that full loan onto your credit report. So again, the more the merrier, the higher the limit, the better, especially if you guys are trying to get bigger bags as far as funding. I definitely recommend these. And last but not least, man, we're gonna go to Tomo Credit, man. So this is probably the only revolving credit builder account I'd recommend. And the reason is just because they do start off with a lot higher limits compared to a lot of other credit builder accounts, right? And so they have a lot of great loans, and I'm gonna show you real quick. So again, these require no credit checks whatsoever, and it's very minuscule as far as the approval criteria to be able to get approved for. And so you don't need a credit history. They do have benefits, no APRs, no security deposits. So it's really good as far as being able to get approved for these. Now, it does help you guys build out your credit report, and it also reports right away. So they do report within 7 days. So they have up to $30,000 credit lines, and they also have a $5,000 revolving credit account. So you guys can see, definitely don't sign up for those newsletters, man. You don't want them at all, bro. So yeah, definitely go ahead and check them out. They have really great strategies, and just really helps out you guys be able to get a higher limit later on. So you guys get real-time monitoring, of course, man, and all that. So as you guys can see right here, up to $30,000 a month. And so this option is definitely around $130 a month. So it's a little bit on the steeper side, but again, you don't need to go ahead and start off with a 30,000. You can get a little bit of a simpler option, which is around $1,000 a month. So this actually is around $15 a month. So it's really good. I like them a lot. And they also have some revolving accounts too. So definitely go ahead and check them out, man. They don't need to be able to sign up, but they do have some Tomo credit. So they do have some revolving accounts, and then you guys can pull it up on your phone or even on your website. You guys can pull it up on your phone or just go to the website and then be able to actually see what they have going on for you guys. So it really helps out, and it really boosts your credit score. Now, 105 credit boost, that's not for everybody. That just depends on how much credit you have, and also if you have any negative items on there, but it is going to significantly boost your credit score, and it's also going to report to all 3 credit bureaus. So that's definitely a lot of sauce that I gave you guys out, man. Again, make sure you guys get your money up, not your funny up, man, and definitely be serious about running your bag up. Trust me. So if you guys actually take your time, build out your credit report in a timely manner, and add all of these accounts, you guys will see a significant boost in your credit score, and also be able to get approved for high limits right off the bat. People often mess up, man, with credit. They often try to go ahead and apply for high limits off the bat, but at the same time, you're not going to get approved for them right away because of the fact that you have to show these lenders that you've been able to handle higher limits, and you also have to show them that you're a responsible borrower. So if your friend comes to you, right, and he asks for a $5,000 loan, you're going to automatically in your head ask yourself, has he ever paid me $100 back? Has he paid me $1,000 back, or even $2,000 back? So if he hasn't even been able to pay you guys $100 back, what makes him think that you're going to give him a $5,000 loan? And so Tamo Banks is exactly how they think. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to the channel, man. I've been dropping hella game for you guys, really trying to turn the channel up, man. Hardest financial literacy channel out here, man. Let's get it.
So now that I've actually shown you guys all of the different accounts that you guys can be able to add, you guys should go ahead and add them right away. Make sure you guys go ahead and take action immediately. The more accounts that you guys have reporting on your credit report that are actually positive, the higher credit score is going to be. This is going to strengthen up your credit report, so whenever you guys go for that funding opportunity, you can be able to get the highest amount of limits. So make sure you guys get as many accounts as you possibly can, and also make sure that you guys get a good proportion of each. I know there were some credit builder accounts, some of them were installment, and some of them were also revolving. Highly recommend you guys add as many primary installment accounts as you can. That's going to increase your overall credit debt. The higher amount of total debt that you currently have, the higher limits you're going to get right off the bat. So go ahead and take this game and run with it, man, and make sure you guys go ahead and get your money up, not your funny up. And I really hope to see you guys in the next video. If you found this video helpful, make sure to share this with at least 5 of your friends so we can all grow together. And so make sure you guys actually go ahead and subscribe to this channel, man. We're going to be dropping gems and heat that you guys cannot Google every single week. And with that being said, I'm out, and I'll see you guys at the top, my boy. Let's get